Hi, Mary here from Mary from Ireland on YouTube and Angels Love and Light everywhere else. My website is www.angeliclifeguidance.com. What I want to do is choose some cards for the weekend. It's the 18th of June, so the weekend will be 19, 20, 21, the solstice, 22, well, that's Monday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 21st. The solstice, new moon in Cancer, and there's an eclipse, I think, as well. So strong energy. And I just want to do this for the weekend. And then straight after that, I will do the weekly reading. So what I want to do and see, will it work? The Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor, and see what comes out. And I'm just thinking for the moment 2 cards, but you know me, I could change my mind in the middle of it and try and get extra confirmation cards. Okay, what I'll do is this. I think we had this card a couple of videos ago, but doors. There's been in my own life, and I think in other videos I've seen, there's a lot of talk about doors, and we had this doors, like I said, even here there's a door and it's open. So we are closing doors and we are opening doors. And I myself energetically, many days ago, 3-4 days ago, closed a door, and I could visualize it. And it was a big, heavy, old-fashioned door with an old lock and an old key. I don't think I have any keys here, but a big, heavy door. Beautiful door. But I closed it, I locked the door, and I threw away the key. And I don't know what, you see, I'm on my laptop now trying to, anyway, I figured out afterwards, I thought I was closing it on one situation, we'll say. But later I figured I closed it on codependency. It just was coming up big time within me and in my body. And I said, I knew I had dealt with it, but I mustn't have fully, because it was still being triggered within me. I wasn't doing, well, I was doing, repeating an old pattern. And I was telling myself that I was doing it in a new way. But I closed the door on this codependency. And maybe 2 days later, I opened a new, shiny, modern door, which wasn't locked. And I decided no, because the physical body, that left side body that I was telling you about before, that's gone on since the last week in April, and it was linked into feminine, of course, and women over the centuries, and codependency, and the way they were treated by men, all of that energy, and the way they let themselves be, we'd say, subservient to men as well, or victims, over the centuries, and that was all coming up to the surface. And I had the energy within me, like I wasn't badly treated, really, but the energy within me was there from the generations, and I would have been not in my power in my own life myself fully, but that's beside the point. So the codependency would have been huge in my life, and I write about it in my Onwards and Upwards book, and gave some examples. And I finally closed the door and locked it and threw the key away. And I said, I can't walk into that new doorway It was absolutely full of bright white light when I opened that door. And I said, I can't go into that lovely clear energy until my body is healed. And that was one day. And the next day I thought, Anna Mary, you know, you can just step in that door and the bright white light can help you heal more quickly. And bright white light, of course, is clarity as well. So I went that far and I called in the white light to clear my body. And I'm not sure whether I had made the decision. I think I had made the decision to change my diet, of course, anti-inflammatory diet, because a lot of physical ailments are linked to inflammation in the body. And I mean, it's easy go on an anti-inflammatory diet if you just look up the actual foods that help. And it's green leafy vegetables and some fruits and fish, oily fish, and little or no red meat. Not even sure whether they said chicken, but I eaten a small bit of chicken as well. But marked improvement, marked improvement. So thank you everybody. But it took me to face fears as well through it all. It was a journey, because a normal person would have gone straight to the doctor. And it's not that I was resisting the doctor, but I knew what the doctor would advise, and I would not be doing that. And I refused to buy into the fear. And of course I had some friends with pendulums, and we asked a hard question as to what it was, and the answer was no, thankfully. And I knew it anyway. I said, that's not my path, it's not my path, I know it's not. And it took me a while to get this far, but it was a process, and it was recognizing, and it was clearing, it was becoming aware of what was going on within me, in my energy, in my thoughts, what was surfacing to be cleared from the generations, from Ireland, from the history of Ireland, from my family. There were certain people triggering certain thoughts and feelings within me, and I had to detach as well from their dynamics and their relationships with others. And stop, from the last week in April to this week it took me. And yeah, there was a certain amount of fear, but every time the fear would come, I'd go, no, that's not my path. Fear of what it could be, and fear of, really, do I need to experience this other path? No, I don't. So they're the doors, possibilities. And what timeline do you want to jump onto? You know, what do you know for certain is your path? What have you been working on? What is the what would you say, the path you've been walking, and the way you've been clearing and healing and releasing, and that, you know, it'll be similar. Why change it to a fear dynamic or a new that you know is not your journey? So watch these doors of possibilities. They're adjacent possibilities. And there we are again, the timelines. Which one do you want to jump into? Which timeline are you going to give heed to, focus on, give energy to? So watch out for the doors, and watch out for your thoughts and your feelings over the weekend, and your passions, and what you believe, and what you trust, and what you've learned already. And, you know, what path, what door do you want to open? And more importantly, what door do you want to close and say, that's the old me, it's done and dusted, and I'm not going back there. Okay? Nobody coming. Sorry, I had to listen. I'm not on my own in the house. Woman holding a heart. This is just perfect. So what's your heart? And it's number 44, hundreds of thousands of angels around you. The 4th of April as well, if that means anything to anybody. I was going to say, yeah, you're holding your heart. What are you holding in your heart? Ladies, and your feminine side, if you're a gent watching me. What is your heart saying to you? Where does your heart want to bring you? Follow it. Which door? Visualize this door that you want to walk through. You know, the one with the big red heart on it. Follow it. Your heart, your passions, your love, your joy, your happiness. We don't want to be on the timeline of healing forever. We don't want to be on the timeline of looking at this big bad world and it's going to be awful forever. We want to look at how we can bring the love to earth, how we can feel the love every day in our lives. Where is your heart calling you to? What passion, what job, what mission, what person, what place? Well, what place for the moment. Visualize it and follow your heart. It says woman holding a heart. So that's it for the weekend. Follow that kind of energy. Hold the space for yourself and others, and don't buy into any drama or chaos that may surface. This is what you need to be working on. Okay? Love and light. Bye bye now.